Ellie had been working late at the library. It was almost midnight when the librarian, an older woman with tired eyes, approached her. "You're the last one here," the librarian said. "Be careful going home." Ellie nodded, packing up her things. She walked to the elevator, its dingy buttons barely lit in the dim glow of the fluorescent lights. As the doors closed, she pressed the button for the ground floor. But the elevator didn't move. Instead, the floor indicator blinked 3, though she had never pressed it. She frowned, hitting the ground floor button again. The elevator jolted and the doors opened onto a floor she didn't recognize. The hallway was dim and the air was stale. Unlike the other floors, this one was lined with dark, old-fashioned doors. A strange hum filled the silence, vibrating faintly in her ears. Confused, Ellie leaned forward to look for a sign. The elevator door snapped shut behind her before she could react. She pressed the button frantically, but the elevator refused to return. With no other option, Ellie started down the hall. She tried the first door. Locked. The second door? Locked. As she moved further down, the hum grew louder, almost like a faint voice whispering just beyond the walls. Her stomach twisted. Then, she reached the end of the hall. One door was ajar. She hesitated, her instincts screaming at her to leave, but curiosity gnawed at her. Taking a deep breath, she pushed the door open. Inside was a small, empty room. The walls were bare, and there were no windows, just a single wooden chair in the center. Ellie stepped inside. The hum was louder now, almost deafening, and seemed to be coming from the chair. She approached cautiously, the floor creaking beneath her feet. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind her. She spun around, yanking on the handle, but it wouldn't budge. The hum stopped abruptly, plunging the room into an eerie silence. Then, she noticed the chair was no longer empty. A figure sat there, a man in an old suit, his face obscured by shadows. He didn't move, but Ellie could feel his eyes on her. "Who are you?" she whispered, her voice trembling. The man tilted his head as if studying her. Slowly, he raised his hand and pointed to the far corner of the room. Ellie turned to look. Her blood ran cold. In the corner was another chair, identical to the first. Sitting in it was herself. The other Ellie's eyes were wide and unblinking, her face pale as if drained of life. She didn't move, didn't speak, just stared at Ellie with a hollow expression. Ellie turned back to the man, her heart pounding. But the man was gone. Before she could react, the second Ellie stood up, her movements jerky and unnatural. She smiled, a twisted, wrong kind of smile, and took a step toward her. The lights flickered violently. Ellie screamed, clawing at the door. Suddenly, it burst open, and she stumbled back into the hallway. Gasping for air, she turned to look behind her. The room was gone. There was only a blank wall where the door had been. The elevator dinged, and the doors opened. Ellie ran inside, slamming the ground floor button repeatedly. The elevator groaned to life, descending smoothly this time. When the doors opened again, she bolted out into the empty library lobby. But as she passed the glass windows, something caught her eye. Her reflection wasn't following her. It stood in the glass, smiling, before slowly turning and walking away, back toward the vanished room. Ellie escaped the room, but it's unclear if she's still herself or if something else came out with her.
That's it for today, guys. You can submit your horror experiences and stories through the comment section. Please like this video and also make sure to subscribe the channel. It'll motivate me. See you guys in another one. Peace out.